All right, guys, week 8 is in the books, and I'm coming at you with a very informative and detail-filled commish dish. We're not going to get too detailed about last week, but we're going to talk about something afterwards. You're going to see how it's going to work. Last week I played Jack. I was victorious in that. I won with 475 points to Jack's 468. That was the closest match of the week. Jack, good job with that. Sorry, but someone had to lose. Jamie, you played Max. He beat you pretty handily, over 100 points. 521 to Max's 656. And Max, that got you the Silver Slugger for last week. Taylor, you played Maggie, who is on a roll. Maggie, you won with 535 points to Taylor's 514. And Joby, you played Brian. You beat him as well. 579.5 to 406.5. And Brian, unfortunately, that earns you the Silver Shitter. So, this, I know that was quick. I know that doesn't have hardly any of the stats I normally put into these Commish Dish videos, but here's the meat of this video is going to be talking about, there are 21 matchups total before we get to the postseason. So with us just reaching 8, I am just one matchup late for doing kind of we're a third of the way through. Let's do a recap of kind of where everyone sits, the standings, what everyone's stats are, up to this point. So, I forget whose division is whose, but Joby and Maggie, you are both tied for your division win-wise with a record of 5-3. Jack, you have a win-to-loss record of 4-4. And Brian, you're pulling up the rear of the caboose at 3-5. No one's really running away with it. Brian, you're 2 games out. So that division is up for grabs. In my division, Max and I are tied for first at 5-3. Jamie, you're 4-4. And Taylor, I didn't realize that this was going on, but you're 1-7. T. Hicks, you got to make some changes or something. I don't know what's going on with your team. This is Kaya here. I don't know if you can see her, but she's a good dog. And now we're going to talk about stats for the entire season up until this point. Go on your bed. Go on your bed. Good girl. Leading, so the first stat we're going to talk about is average. Leading the league with an average of 287, a team average of 287, is Maggie Olander. Congratulations there, Maggie. Very impressive. I'm bringing up second place with an average of 275. Joby, you're in third with 270. Brian, you have an average of 262. Taylor Hickey, you have an average of 257, so that's not your problem there. Max, 255. Jack, 254. And Jamie bringing up the rear at 245. So that's where you stand there. I'm kind of surprised none were higher, but Maggie, 287 is good. Congratulations there. Now we're going to talk about hits. Joby, you have the most hits at 511. I have second at 510. Maggie, third at 468. There's a huge drop-off there, which I thought was weird, because Joby and I are close, but then third place is actually a tie. Maggie and Brian tied at 468. So you're talking almost 50 hits right there, which I thought was strange. Max, you have 466. Jack, 463. Jamie, 449. And Taylor, 446. So Hits are good. They get you points. But we all know home runs get you the most. And Jack, you have the most home runs at 95. Maggie, you have 90. Mookie Betts, dude, fuck, he's money. Joby, you have 85 home runs. Jamie, 81. Max, 69. I have 68. Brian, you have 62. And Taylor, you have 58. So, Taylor, you're kind of at the bottom of some of these lists. That might be why you're 1-7. Take a good, hard look at your team. Figure out what's going on. 1-7. You're going to have to do a lot of work to make the playoffs, bud. Stolen bases do earn you points. I mean, they're not as exciting as home runs, but we're going to talk about those as well. I lead the league with 48. Maggie, you have 40. Jamie, you have 35. Taylor, you also have 35, so a tie for third there. Jack, you have 31. Max, 24. Brian, 20. And Joby has the slowest team in this league with 15 stolen bases. So that is all of the offensive stats I'm going to talk about. And now, pitching stats. We all know pitching is very important in this league. So let's talk about that. Hits allowed. You don't want your pitchers to give up hits. That is a fact. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Brian, your pitchers have allowed the most hits at 304. Max allowed the second most amount of hits at 281. Taylor, 280. I mean, I'm sitting at 271, so I'm middle of the pack there. That's not very good. Joby, 268. Maggie, 262. Jack, 237. And Jamie at 236. So it's pretty close throughout there. And then the big one, home runs allowed. A home run is what? 14.5 points, 15 points. That is a lot when you think about it. And Maggie, you have allowed the most at 44 points. Talk to your boy Dylan Bundy. He tends to either give up all of the home runs in the world or none at all, which is quite frustrating, I'm sure, for you, Maggie, deciding when or when not to use him. I'm fucking second place in home runs allowed. I've allowed 41. Taylor, you have allowed 40. Jack, you've allowed 38. Brian, you've also allowed 38. Joby, you've allowed 35. Max, you've allowed 34. And Jamie, you've allowed 30. So your pitchers are looking fucking money so far. Walks, again, will hurt you. I think it's, 3 points? Or is it 4.5 points against your pitchers for a walk? I don't remember. Joby and Brian are top of the list at 111 walks. 111 walks allowed. Jack, you've allowed 110. Max, you've allowed 105. Maggie, 101. Taylor, 98. Jamie, 93. And surprisingly, my team has only allowed 76 walks. I didn't know that. That's news to me. Kudos to my team. I'll take it where I can get it. Strikeouts are good for pitchers, bad for batters. So pitching-wise, Jamie, your team has struck out an astounding 407 people. Max, not too far behind at 401. Jack, 392. Brian, 386. Maggie, 376. Myself, 356. Joby, you've allowed 347. And Taylor, you've allowed 311. And now, the stat you've all been waiting for, our much beloved triple R rating. Home runs to home runs allowed. And leading the pack with the highest triple R ratio is Jamie with a 2.7 triple R. So for every home run he's allowed, he's hit 2.7 to make up for that. If you're over 2.5, you're money. And Jack, speaking of which, you're sitting at that 2.5 ratio. Congratulations there. You're second place. Joby, you're so close. 2.429. 2.429. So close to that 2.5. Maggie. Peter, it falls off big right here. Look at how much it drops. We went from 2.429 to Maggie, who's in fourth place, with a 2.045 triple R. Fifth place is Max with a 2.029 triple R. I'm in sixth place with a 1.659 triple R. 1.659. I don't fucking hit home runs. I hit 68 home runs for the season. I have allowed 41. Garbage. My team is garbage. What the fuck? Taylor, you're in seventh place with a 1.45 triple R. And Brian, you have a 1.409 triple R. Not the best. I know, again, this was another quick video. Just threw it together quick. I'm recovering from a long, long Memorial Day. I wasn't ready to crunch numbers and shit too much. So next week we'll get back to your regular programming. This week I just thought I'd do this. So when we reach week 14, we'll have another one of these. And then we'll have one to finish off the season at 21. And then the postseason will begin. So we're a third of the way through. Just over a third of the way through. Keep it up. People are making moves. I've been trying to find a fucking first baseman this entire time. I'm running into DL trouble. I know, Taylor, you were running into DL trouble. Max, you're probably running into DL trouble now too. I saw it in Syndergaard. Big surprise has reached the DL, but some big guys are coming back. Kershaw's coming back this week. Bumgarner's coming back this week. There's some other guys I can't remember, but two of the better pitchers in baseball are going to be pitching this Thursday and this Friday. Keep your eye out for that. And that's all I got for this week. Keep it going. We're doing a good job. We're making our way through this shit, slogging our way through. Fantasy baseball is a war of attrition, my friends. And wars of attrition are not won fast. So, the Commish out.